I'll wait until somebody joins the live. I love my lime and water. So until somebody joins, two people join the live, I'm going to be practicing. I'll charge my phone and a little bit too. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck it. It don't matter. Fuck it. Fucking controller. Let's see. See if I let me check my concepts quick here. 11 plays. I don't use slants. See what I mean? Like, do I have? I have what? One play that's actual slants. Ohio, so I can go Ohio. Ohio has some of my man beating routes when they go to cover two man or man coverage. So Ohio, Omaha, obviously. Okay, all right. So we got quick pass concepts to get underneath or over the top as well. So we stretch them into the middle, or we stretch them to the middle horizontally and vertically. Stick. I like motion stick. Medium pass concepts, obviously. Smash. Some of them are better than others. Like PA deep in is one of my favorite go-to plays. Stack out. I just don't like that it's stacked. You know, you're limiting yourself to like mostly half of the reading half of the side. It's fade smash. Obviously. I love motion slot choice. I love motion wide corner. Not because of the motion, but because of what else they do. They're not sure what they're running. Like motion slot choice, they can run it out. I don't like choice routes, but if we were both on the same page, I really love that. Pro combo. I rather go to motion fades H choice. I like 22Z in too. It's been a while since I used something like that. The motion mesh, I like meshes. I like the motion mesh spot. Motion mesh, I'd say, could be good depending on what the safeties are doing. If they're staying too high. Um, that would just be something. Let's see. Okay, that might work here. They don't rotate. Oh shit! I thought he see. I thought he was the one who was running that deep route. So it's who triangle? Triangle's running this weird like skinny post or something. First time using this player. So I mean, not doing my blocking adjustments. Let's see what the front was in. Yep, it was a base like 3-4 or maybe 4-4, not 4-4, maybe it could have been, I'm guessing a 3-4. Who would, let me, for example, just from knowing what I know from experience in tournaments and experience playing Madden in general, when you have a defense like this, sure, I mean, we're able to see the whole entire front, but like I said, if you audible out of this bunch to like a regular shotgun doubles, right? You're gonna see something. See how you can get a more definitive look, and let's say, okay, you don't like how it was, right? You don't like how it was because you're not sure what they're doing, and maybe you just want a normal look from the defense, right? So I would, if I was running the ball, for example, right, get out of this gun bunch. If I was trying to run the ball, for example, I go to this orbit RPO, alert RPO. So that would force them, to basically show me a regular front because you don't know if they're going to blitz from being spread out. You don't know if they're going to play zone from being spread out, you know. And now we can take a look, see what they got here. Okay. Now you just go to the replay and you say, okay, how was the run? Was the run there? And that's how you can literally get better. Like, just because we execute on the play doesn't mean we still can't look on the replay and see, could we have actually ran it as well? We might have. We might have been able to run it too. This is what they say right here. Some people may think like, oh yeah, we can run the ball here. Well, let me show you for example here. You try to run the ball, you never know. The nose tackle could just blow it up in the backfield. Let's see. So we don't actually have. I'll give you an example here. I'll put like a quarters 137, and I'll try to go with like a fullback dot, right? Like the quickest inside run, other than a QB spot, other than a QB sneak, right? So we could go to fullback dive strong. Then we'll go with a quarters. Oh yeah, I forgot they don't have a regular quarters 137. They just have the quarters overload. So we'll go with the 1-4 here. And let's just say we go with cover one robber. Let's just say we go with cover one robber. And here I was waiting to see till 2 people join my live stream to actually play online. So I'll give you a play like this. People might think like, oh, the quickest inside run other than a QB sneak, we're getting this front. Surely we'll be able to. It depends if they pick up the nose tackle with the double team. If they don't, they can blow it up. And that's why I say what I say. So right there, somebody's using, for example, fullback dive on you at goal line. That's when you could sparingly use a play like that in goal line. Like I said, that's why I went to practice to actually see, like, okay, you know what? When I was running the ball for my form, running stretches and having audibles, the fullback dives, ISO, power O, the times I thought I could go to a fullback dive was when they only had one nose tackle, nobody else in the middle. Let's see what they do. Stuffed. Not only stuffed in the backfield because, I mean, and it's the craziest thing. Like, every single time. You call it whatever you want, But the thing is, what do you go with? Let's say, I'll give you an example. I'll go with a regular. I'll set my audibles in iForm. ISO. So we'll go to ISO as an audible. Well, this is another thing to do. I like running H-back misdirection. Years ago, I didn't know what it would be good against. And it's basically it makes the defense flow one way to start. So let's say, for example, the defense is overloaded to one side. You could switch the run to the opposite side, and they'll force the defense to like go there first on that side. So we have the fullback dive. I mean, fake fullback dive. We actually want to put the ISO for that, and then oh wait, oops. Okay, so then Go with the power O, have a power O, have the stretch, and then have the misdirection. I like the, where is it, right here, the slam fake end around. So I'll have that, okay. Now we'll go to fullback. So whatever run play you call, the rest of the plays will be run audibles, and let's say later in the game you can change your audibles again. So once again, a 147. I'll show you the difference. So the reason I say call the cover one robber is just in case like the nose tackle doesn't come in through. Maybe you can do something and still get that guy coming in. It just shores up a little bit more. But you can, as you see right here, it's going to blow it up for 2 or 3, like a 2 or 3 yard loss, right? So players might use this on a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and inches, 4th and inches. They might go to a fullback dive. You are risking it if somebody knows about this. Obviously, beginners are not going to know about this. I literally just found this out like yesterday because I'm just like, you know, checking out stuff, you know, because like I said, I'm a master at running the ball. Seeing how diagnosing every, like, what runs good against when they crowd the edges, when they crowd the A gap, the B gap, the C gap, when they're like a regular, when they're showing a regular front, when they're wide, when they're in this formation, when they're in that formation, when they have this kind of overload on one side, when they have this kind of overload on one side, you know, knowing where my single blocks, double teams are, front side pursuit, back side pursuit, and if there's possible blitzers on the play, which running play would work, you know. So like right here, blown up. Now obviously you can do things like find out where you think. The thing is he has a two-way go, and that's the problem. The problem is he has a two-way go, so it does not matter which side you run that fullback dive to. People may think this is cheap. Oh, look at this. I'm not. Yeah, they're gonna get lucky at times and break it. So once again, down 147, quarters 137. As long as like, and I believe, like I said, there's an anatomy of a play, right? The anatomy of the play is the fact that because there's nobody over where the guards are, they're leaving that unblocked and going up to possibly block the second level defenders. And because of that, they are confident leaving the nose tackle to be single blocked. Single blocked, he has a two-way go. You probably double team him or something, or slide your protection, because yes, you can still do your blocking adjustments for run plays, not just pass plays. But a simple adjustment is just going basically from a fullback dive to a running back ISO. Doesn't just give you the fullback to attack the nose tackle, but it changes the run blocking as well. As you can see, now we're getting a double team. Makes no sense. I mean, maybe it makes sense because the fullback is now somebody that's going to the second level. So then they now think like, okay, maybe we need to now, maybe let's read the. This is how you get better. Replay. You find out what was the anatomy of their play on defense. What's the anatomy of your play on offense? Because let's see. Yep, there we go. And I think that's the reason why, right? Think about it. Think about it this way. We're running it to the right, so the fullback on the right is going to the spot where the guard would go, right? So basically, because the fullback's responsibility is going to the second level, your offensive linemen are now able. Your offensive line, your right guard, is now able to get a double team to the center, to the nose tackle. And that's the difference with ISO and a regular fullback dive. And I know that. Will you try to do this every single time? Every single time. It's not like, oh, you got lucky because that guy stopped it. Like, no, it's every single time. That's why I say you can go to either ISO or you can go to the H-back slam fake end around, you know, and it'll work out the same way. Now, it might be a little bit tougher because of those second level defenders, but the other thing is that you can't switch around to the other side too. So, okay, interesting. See, now I'm still learning. No double team. And the reason for this could be that the play is just possibly asking for more yards. Like this is one, maybe a play that they feel should get a lot more yards because let's say the nose tackle is blocked. This is probably going for 20, 30 yards or more or a touchdown. Because look, I mean, yeah, you're getting the pursuers coming in. That's why you also don't want, like, if face man coverage, you don't want, like, at times motion like this because they will bring in the guy in the front as an extra defender because they have that forward momentum. Like, they're running with momentum. And at that point, they just have to read the play and they're already there. Now they're getting blocked by the fullback, but um, I would say it's possible. It all depends, like if it was a blitz on the play, because at times a blitzer could change like what the guards do. Yep, that's what it was. There was a blitzer on the left side, and because sometimes it doesn't need to be a blitz, but because we use a motion, corner on the right comes in through as well. So basically, the right guard just tries to go to the second level because the fullback is now. So the fullback and right guard are trying to block guys at the second and third level. Once again, leaving. You basically don't want the nose tackle to have a two-way go. So I'll be getting into plays that would be what my opponent would run. So one thing I want to do is one thing I always used to hear in what you call it, the broadcasts of football games when Aaron Rodgers would play, he would get the ball out quick to like jailbreak screens, and they would always say it's just a numbers game. He's running. He's just like counting the numbers on the side of where the screen is. If they are blitzing and they're showing like possibly blitzing, like I'll give you an example of what that probably means. If they're like in a heavy wide front, right, meaning they have the second level defenders on the line of scrimmage, and they're showing like a deep defense behind it, right? I'll show that. So it's not just a numbers game when you're running the ball; it's a numbers game when you're trying to like get the ball out quick against the blitz, like a hot read or a screen. So, and I do have a lot of screens. I could just basically show you all my screens I have just based off my concepts. Like I have what you could, so they count these as screens apparently. Yeah, they are. So 12 screens there, 11 screens there. So that's 33, 34, 40. See, guys, all the things that I could use against cover two man. Now, the tight end screens aren't going to work against cover two man. The motion fake swing mid screen isn't going to work against cover two man. Only if the swing is actually there, like if you can even attempt to throw it, sure. And then you got the one where you can go upfield but still cover two man, wouldn't like that. Anything that basically goes deep or goes to the flats or goes to the middle, you don't want to do against tight man coverage. We also have the fake screen wheels. Okay, so all right. So I want basically not a H back slip screen, but I want something like a jailbreak screen or one that's out of like empty or something. Let's see here, something like this. But and now let's say they come out with a blitz, for example, DB Sting to Buzz. So right here, it's all about the blockers getting to the play. And then they would always say Rodgers just counts, if he has a numbers advantage. If he has one more blocker on one side of where the screen is, he's going to dump it off there. And as you can see here, there's a reason because one is coming and one is backing out. What does that mean? Well, if we can get this pass in the right way, we could possibly have a double team block here by, is that Shakir? Yeah, Shakir and Coleman. If this ended up working out, we now play this patiently. We don't need the double team. We can either use a double team here and outrun him, or we basically patiently hold this ball and let Shakir block him, Coleman block him, and then it's just us running down the sideline and just getting yards, as much yards as possible, stuff like that. See what I mean? That's having like a, just like they say when you have a +1 with the read option or whatever, you have a +1 at times when they're blitzing. You can see right there. Easy, right? The other part about it is just like deep defenses without a, like defenses basically that have actual offensive linemen going out on blocks, like those type of blitzes, but they have to be like, let's try that same blitz here. Problem is they might play Coleman, but there is always a chance for the offensive lineman to go and find those blocks on those cover defenders. Now imagine, now let's look, if you see in the replay, if we get that ball perfectly to where it splits, like watch. If he gets through here, it's a touchdown, and the only guy who would have a chance to stop me is him. Because he would have gotten blocked. But you can see it's not just him right there. You can read that there's the middle screen and there's him right here. And let's say your opponent has been like using corners for some reason. It's the type of opponent that would every now and then use your corners based off what formation you're using. Well, this is something to put him in a bind. You could be like, okay, if he stays out to the flats, we'll hit the middle screen. If he covers the middle screen, we'll throw it to the flat. The screen that's to the flat. But oh my god, two blockers at one guy. See what I'm saying? When they're doing this, it's a numbers game. Now imagine you throw it to him and you pitch it back to the other guy. That would be something. Like a Lions play or something. If let's just say you had the time, like
Here we go. Check out.
wow.
Come on, set.
It's just something you go to anyway. Like if you think it's a deep zone, like it's a low risk, high reward play. Let's see, something like a cover to sink. Right, so you're going to get offensive linemen going out on blocks where guys are going to basically play really deep downfield. So obviously, see what I'm talking about. Defenses like cover to sink. You can see like even though they see routes that are run short or whatever, they're not like they're still staying deep. You see what I mean? They're still getting back to their zone. They're still, like they're gonna follow the anatomy of this play. The defense is playing back. They're running to a certain specific depth, and then they're playing cook deep. So the anatomy of the play on defense is that they're playing back or getting back to a certain uh, like depth, and then they're also playing Cook's route deep corner. And then the anatomy of the play from our own offensive play is the fact that we are letting any rush come in and let our offensive line go out on blocks. So it's like it's two things, like basically. Because let's say they're not in the deep defense, well, this play don't work, right? Don't work as well as that. Like this is like pitch and catch.
Set.
This is a play you could use like you say like it's a fourth and 12 or something, or no, I mean a third and 12, and you're just like outside field goal range. Like this is just outside field goal range. Like exactly what I said. Now we let it come in. Now we can decide. Like still, it's a low risk, high reward play. What are you doing there anyway? Trying to
Here
get
we
maybe
go.
3 to 5 yards to get a field goal, or you don't get nothing. Okay, you punt, or you go for you decide what to do next. But it's a low risk, high reward play. And we let them all come in, and now we got a first down, and we're in field goal range.
On the
So
set.
you know what I mean. Well, actually, that would have been 10 yards, so it would have been fourth and two. But now it's like, okay, maybe you only needed to be in field goal range to win the game, or maybe you just needed to,
Down.
feel better and go for it on fourth and two. Who knows?
Go.
Let the blitz come in. See what I'm talking about? Those blockers.
Steady.
And that's what I would do. These are one of the plays I would do against players, like using FACD with, deep zones. But like I said, I tell my players, if you're going to play back and play with deep zones, good game. Good game. Because I don't even want to have to look
Ready.
for plays like this. I don't even want to have to look for plays like this. Right? I mean, look at it.
Let's go now.
It's one of those things where, like I said, unless they're like in something like that's gonna just pick off, you're getting a field goal to win the game, you're getting a field goal to tie, you're just getting a field goal for whatever reason, or you're doing this to get into a manageable fourth down, right?
Set up.
Let it come in. Okay, like I said, we just pick up 5 yards, but
Set.
still field goal range. So
Set. Go.
I don't even do this, guys, and this is the part of the game that I actually love when I actually watch NFL games. Like I love
Let's
what they
go.
do. Oh my God, I used to watch so many countless Rodgers games, Brady games, uh, Peyton Manning games, all the high football IQ plays. Like N and a half or whatever. Like I love when a coach would call a timeout and purposely let an offensive team go out there and just show like their formation, show their set, show their hand. If it's like going for two, or if it's like a fourth down play, third down play, and they'll wait because they know, like, hey, they're going to go to one of their go to plays. So we'll let them go to one of their go to formations and sets, and then we'll we'll see if they have any motion on the play, what they do with the play, and right before they hike it, we call a timeout because they're not going to have another go to play. They're most likely going to go back to that play, and then what ends up happening, the defense saw their hand, they saw their formation, they saw their set, they saw maybe there was a motion on the play. They called a timeout. Now they have the advantage. Defense has an advantage. I would always love great matchups, like especially um, Brady versus Rodgers, because that's the type of high level football IQ coaches and players like the quarterbacks had.
Ready.
Like talking it out. Whereas other teams and other coaches, they're not even taking
Ready
the
up.
timeout. They're letting the other team just like run a play and not call those timeouts. That's very crucial. That can be very crucial. It's like you have those two or three timeouts. Why not use one when you're on defense? You know what I mean? So I know I said I was going to wait until there's two people on the live stream, but I'm already 30 minutes in, which is crazy. Feels like only 10, 15 minutes in. I got a fucking toothache a little bit. Okay, I tell you, game 378 against Reger Tone 95. I messaged him, said, hey, get me in a rematch. I beat him in the rematch. Bond GT3, I fucked around with him, like mixed it up, did everything right that I was supposed to in the first quarter, first drive or two. I didn't do anything the whole second half, or even after my first drive or two. Ends up whooping me, gets lucky with one pick. So that's what happened right there. Brian DeCario, I told him as soon as I saw him, I was already like not in the mood after losing the Bond GT3, and that's what will happen. I was like, I'll be upset about my last game that I played, like down on myself, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna mix it up offensively. I'm gonna run the ball. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna read most of the defense. I'm gonna go through my reads. I'm gonna do everything right, and then I'm getting into like these bad habits where I'm just going through the motions, not doing anything, and then I end up not being able to score there. And I beat the other guy 12-0. He quit in the first quarter or whatever. And here we go. I was waiting until we got two people in the live stream to actually play. Perfect. See you guys.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Ford Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Running left, Montgomery. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Goff going to shift him around. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Goff now looking to throw. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And there was a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Montgomery back to the ground. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Tim Patrick from 6 yards away. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Buechele. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Here's Buechele to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run for the first time with James Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Credit Zadarius Smith able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. Buechele looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Here's Goff.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Buechele. That is complete downfield to Knox.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And Davis with it left side. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Goff now looks to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now they'll change things up.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Now he fires deep for Shakir. That is incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Off the play fake, here's Buechele.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw again. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Quentin Morris
In the final seconds of the first half.
and the Bills have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. A final shot before break here. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He pitches it out. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Back to throw. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
DC, we go. What's that?
Goff now to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Ed Oliver coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
From the 50, it's Goff. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here's Buechele to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Buechele. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here now, second and goal. On the give, this is their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal. Buechele looking to throw. Touchdown! Dalton Kincaid. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. Now it's Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Here comes second down.
Super one, super one. Turbo's up.
Goff. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over next.
A big play needed, no doubt. Third and long.
Now Goff. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Lions are going to take
I pick a play that always makes me play lazy.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Cut. Hey, lift. Obama. Oh, go, 12. Let's go. Value 1. Hey, cut.
Goff now to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. That's going to be incomplete. Well, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's 2nd down. Throwing Buechele. That is intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the
2 plays all game. I didn't read the defense.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate? Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills
If I do all that, my opponent tells me I suck or I'm trash. And I'm a real one. He doesn't suck and he's not trash.
I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. And they will take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills.
You guys wanted me to try.
They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third,
But
and fourth quarter,
like I said, 20-30%. That's about it.
Quarters 2, 3, and 4. You're going to win a lot of games in this league.
You could tell, dissect the way I play. The times that I try more, mixing it up, running the ball,
And then they come
I'm
out after
really
that, the
taking
bats
time to
start
read the
blazing,
defense.
right?
I'm
I
really,
think they saw their best stuff in
taking
the
the time
first
to read the
quarter and just
defense.
shut
I'm
everything
hot
down from
rounding
that
things.
point
I'm
on.
audibling to a
What a
better
great,
play.
convincing performance.
I'm doing my blocking
So that'll do
adjustments.
it for us. For Charles Davis and all our
You can
crew,
dissect
I'm
my
Brandon Cook.
games and
You've
you
been
can
watching
see
the
what I
NFL
do when I'm
on EA
trying more
Sports.
and when I'm
With
just
that, we
playing on
say so long,
autopilot.
everyone, from Ford Field.
Got intermission, need a bathroom break. With that setup, my bathroom's right outside the bedroom. Literally, I walked like 10 feet in the bathroom there. Literally right next door. I mean, it's right right on either side of this bedroom wall. Bathroom. Okay, gotta go kiss my fiance. Good night. I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Nobody's in my live stream right now. I expected that. Took a little longer to say goodnight to my love because I felt bad. Didn't just want to go in there and kiss my fiance goodnight. I wanted to take some time and talk to them. So so I can tell you right now, based off this, he thought that I was coming with a heavy pressure, and you could say that. Maybe not heavy pressure like a cover zero, but I mean I did, but I backed the guy off. Sometimes you do that. Yeah, six when you rush six, it's usually typically cover zero. So it's smart on his part because they are basically guys who, when you're in cover zero. Oh no, this was actually I went to a cover four, I believe. Yeah, cover. Well, let's see. So the running back blocks that probably kept the linebacker in the middle, and that's another thing I say. Like whether you're on offense or defense, when you go cover zero or your opponent goes cover zero, you have to understand that if you're on defense and they go cover zero, you go cover zero defensively. They block the running back, whether it's a play action they block or block and release routes. Whoever has like the responsibility man coverage on guys that are blocking, like running backs, tight ends, fullbacks, stuff like that. Let's say both tight ends block. Let's say they had two tight ends on this play, right? And it would have been like single back, let's say, right? Instead of fullback in the backfield. Let's say they had instead of having a fullback in the backfield, they had a tight end in the backfield. And let's say they blocked both those tight ends. Well, you see these safeties here, right? Instead of going out to cover guys in man coverage, they would have sat there, right? They would have sat there. And this actually possibly, if it was a deep post or something, would have been open. Okay, so like I said, it was cover four. That's what I say. I like to use defenses that um, give a possible like cover zero look, so you can see like because it looked like we were rushing. I believe I'm not sure. Maybe what I did was I went with a cover four quarters and then I audible to a cover zero pre-snap right before the snap. But it's smart on his part to read, take a peek at the front and say, okay, basically whoever's trailing vertically is where you would go to. Players are running back deep, and that's the weird part about it because if it's man coverage, they're not playing it like this. So it's like it's weird. It's quarters. Or what I could have done was go with cover zero and then audible the quarters because I believe I did. I remember doing that. Then another play where I got my opponent, I had a cover zero and then right before the snap, I audible to a cover two inward. So I'm giving him the look of a cover zero, possibly, and then being in the cover two inward, which would still cover deep routes. So he got me on this drive because he was, like I said, playing like 99.9% players. It's fine though. He mixed it up enough. He wasn't spamming going to anything like a comeback or spamming, crossers. Who knows? I don't think he did though. He was just like at times when he needed to. Like I have nothing wrong with that. If you need to go to something in a crucial situation or just feel like you need to every now and then go to like a certain route, like a comeback, that's fine. By all means, you don't even have to go through your reads. You know, I could stare down a comeback route based off what I read from the defense and then verify it post snap and say like, okay, whatever coverage they're in, like I don't need to know if this is man or zone. I know I have the comeback, right? That's fine. You can take that from time to time. The problem I have from players is that they will spam a play, whether it's a levels drive mesh, whether it's a play that has maybe double posts, maybe a comeback route, and then maybe they hot route another comeback route on the other side. There's some places that have a comeback on both sides, on each side. And then they'll just go to like, oh, the one here's covered, let me go to the other one. Okay, that's covered, let me go to the crosser underneath. And it's just like one, you're making it, like I said, you're making it hard for me defensively, but you're making it easy for yourself. And yes, that's how it's played in the NFL. You want to make it tough to defend your place from a defensive um, perspective, but you also want to make it easier for yourself to execute. Right here, just for people coming in now, I did end up winning the game, but I only tried 20-30%, so that's why it was a little bit of a, tough, tight game. Right here, I should have known when they went to like a bunch formation here that they were going to like spacings. When in doubt, in bunch, they're going to want to go to spacings. Me, I'm keying in the defender, like the flat defender here, and base off, and then I'm keying in on the edge guy, right? Because it's very rare, like, sure, could they have this free safety just maybe play a curl flat? Could you do that manually? Sure, but for the most part, this corner is going to be open. If you're seeing these two, you're keying on these two defenders, this corner route is wide open. He ends up going to, an open guy, but, that's where I say, like, I did end up playing still not Fag D, still rushing too, but instead of, like, let's see, get back 10 now, and that's the reason, curl flat, you're going to give up that spot round. And I wanted to take that away, but you got to know, like, curl flat's not going to take that away. This fucking the damn game, dude. I hate this freaking glitch where the game just like you hear like players talking nonstop. Is really weird. Basically, in this game, I was not staying above the chains. I was not running the ball. I was not going to quick passes to take stuff underneath. I was not using screens. I was not running the ball like I said. I was not. I was basically reading the shell, reading the front, not reading every area of the defense, maybe reading the front and the secondary for the possible coverage, and just basically read like what defensive formation was, but I wasn't like running the ball, knowing like, okay, it's favorable to run here. But defensively, like I said, if I'm going to try, it has to come from the defense. Offensively, it is what it is. Right here, once again, when I say one of the go-to plays for 99.9% players. And look, he's actually a user in the corner route, which is okay. So it's on the throw. So for some reason, why would the computer make him? Okay, that makes sense because he's probably the one closer. I guess, in my opinion, when you switch, the nearest defender should be for number 4, not the corner. So I don't know why it's telling me that when the ball was being thrown, the nearest defender was the corner. Not only that, the game messed up there. The nearest defender is literally who's closest to the receiver. So I don't know why. Either way, that was going to be a completed first down. I'm just saying. And he kept going with play actions. Now, other players that would play under center, they would audible to a quick pass. They would see a wide front. Like, you see a wide front, you're not going to dare keep a play action. You just, like, you're playing with fire. I know players who would constantly do that and say, like, oh yeah, you sacked me a couple times in a row, but here I'm going on 3rd and 25, 3rd and 30, and I'm gonna get it here because they'll go with like if they know if they have the time somehow they get lucky and nobody comes in on block that there's gonna be something wide open down the middle. They just need like 1 second of time, right? But I have guys actually backing out here. This was like a cover four drop or something. Yeah. It's all about the wide fronts, like so. No, it's a cover two drop. I forgot. So whatever. Just a deep zone there. Don't remember what I called. He kept doing it. Like I said, if he's running the ball here, this game isn't the way it is. And you'll see a smarter opponent will take advantage of that. But like I said, me, I'm not taking advantage of that defense. I'm not running the ball either. But I'm also not play actioning. I'm not stupid. And right here, so this is one of the plays I really needed. And right here, I forgot what play I originally had here from this two back set. Um, but basically, I audibled out of this, and I was like, okay, how can I do my blocking adjustments based off this? Well, I rather not like use a full slide, or I believe I used a full slide or just regular base to do a good job of blocking everybody, like all five guys that might come, and then also doubling Aiden Hutchinson, right? But you can see his user in here. Okay, so that might have been a play. Okay, so he's yeah. That's what I understand. It's not like I guess because they were always going to double. Now I don't know if your offensive line does block, like they have an awareness of who their best pass rusher is, and they just block that guy. I do know that players tell you not to do anything with your blocking adjustments, but believe me, you do have to do things with your blocking adjustments. Like if you're empty, you got to use base blocking adjustments. If you know they're moving their lines or something, you gotta like use your blocking adjustments. See, he's trying to use rush me. So that's probably even though I ID'd him. Oh, he backed out here. Okay, so that's why. Oh yeah, that wasn't even. I saw a white guy. I saw a light colored skin guy, and I thought it was Aiden Hutchinson. I should have known that it wasn't. He's a second level defender right there. I should have known. But either way. So the reason I do that is because so many times I want a deep pass, and I'm usually using the wrong blocking adjustment. And right here, he still gets on free, but he's not getting after me. And the reason I say this is because a lot of the times, whether this running back is open early, he can still get open late. So let's say this is zone, right? Well, I don't want to. You can still throw this here with a certain pass lead, so it's open early. But if it's man coverage, he's covered, but he's open late. So that I usually say like, okay, if I'm going through my reads, if it's man coverage, right? He's playing like he's getting out there quicker because he's following him, and I see that. I'm like, okay, so I see that, and then I go to my drags, crossers underneath, and then if they're not open, I'm going back to them late if it's man coverage. Here I go to it late regardless because they're in like probably a cover two invert right here. Yep, cover two invert. Then the linebacker goes deep. So I get that. And I do the time because I know nothing on this play is going to give me enough yards for a first down. And I don't know what it was 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 ain't bad. Like I would have picked up like let's say I went to one of the crossers. I would have had 3 to 5 yards. That would have been a 4th and 5 or I kick a field goal. Right? I only gave up 7 points this whole game. But my mind will tell me like when I'm going through my reads, my mind's like, no, I can't settle for a check down and make this 4th and 3, 4th and 5 because, like, regardless, I can't settle for a field goal or I don't even know where I am once I'm going through my reads. It's something like pre-snap, if you tell yourself, okay, here's the yard line we're on. We can't take a sack, but we can check it down, get in field goal position, take a field goal. But once you go through your reads, right, or I'm not even thinking that pre-snap, but even if I was, talking or not, go through my reads, and I feel like I have to convert. I have to get the first down. I don't know why I play like that. I don't know why I just, and that's probably a lot of players know that's maybe that they play that way too, so they know that that's how the mindset is. So maybe that's why they play everybody back deep, even on a 3rd and 10, to give up like a field goal, because they know like most players aren't gonna go to a check down. Who knows? And when I say most, like people think that you're thinking 89%. 50% in my opinion should be considered most when you're talking about anything in life. 50% is it's literally half full, half empty. In my opinion, 50 is most. You could say half, but I would consider it most. 51% is definitely considered most when it comes to anything. And that's the way. So here I called cover 6 because he was starting to, throw certain routes. And the only reason I was using here was just in case he wanted to be a what. Oh, look at how wide open the running back is right here. This is what I'm talking about. Like, look at that. And I use my edge defender because some players like to be what's scum and just take advantage of this depth, constantly getting deep, and then having everybody just drop. When everybody just drops, you can hit this, and then maybe what I mean, or you let it develop for like a seam. So they have the ability to hit this right now, and maybe get yards after the catch or whatever for a first down, or they let it develop and let it get it to a seam pass. See, I don't do either one of those things. If I do, I'm trolling my opponent who did. You know. Here I believe was another player. Right here, I saw sometimes when I this is why I also say reading a front can do this for you, because if they blitz, you know what I mean? Because defensively you might have a blunder like a brain fart moment like this and not have anybody covering. Because the only way they'd be able to cover this is if it's a cover 3 hard flats, or if it's like a cover 2 invert with hard flats. So basically, they would have had to manually put that DN on the flat, which is possible, or they would have just known that they were weak in the flat area. And regardless, man or zone, obviously if it was man, he would have been covered by the edge defender, but because it was zone, most likely, he's left wide open. Everybody just drops, flat's wide open, and I take a freebie right there. That's what I call a freebie. So players just want to be in the habit of taking freebies, and that's why I don't have respect for players to try to take freebies and look for freebies every single play. They want everything easy. If you're out of position somewhere, they want to take advantage of it. I don't do that. You shouldn't in the game at that point. Right here, once again, if I don't do my blocking adjustments here, right? I don't know what the coverage is. It could be man, it could be zone, and I don't do my blocking adjustments. Would I haven't had enough time, let's say, to go to something else? Well, I know that circle has a stop route. Meaning it's like it's kind of like a corner route or a curl route, but like cut quicker. It's like a corner route that's cut quicker, basically. Right. So I'm reading. I really wanted the running back route because he goes in motion or something, and then he runs like an escape route, right? But I'm seeing like, okay, that's gonna take forever, and I don't want to just be a what and take that easy stop route. So I'm taking a risk, not taking that easy stop route because I don't want to be a what. That's an example. That's one example. But my first reads are the running backs. The running back, blah blah blah. Basically, both sides you have what's kind of like a corner on each side. One is just stop, So basically, you could say that this was my third read and that I basically needed to do something with my blocking adjustments to make sure nobody was going to get unblocked. If nobody's unblocked as soon as the play starts, you have a chance. You have a chance. Give yourself a chance. You see right here. But let's say you don't do your blocking adjustments. Let's see who would have came through here. Okay. Another thing, when they do blitz, I do say that the D-line does play aggressively, as you can see right here. Aiden Hutchinson's probably making that move regardless, but you'll start to see when you or your opponent calls blitzes, the defense will play more aggressively because they have like quicker sense of urgency to get to the quarterback. So that's how that happens. But like I said, if you have Aiden Hutchinson on block, if you have somebody else on block, you're making it hard and you're making it easy for them. You're making it hard on yourself and you're making it easy. So it does not matter if he won with that spin move. It allowed me, because let's just say, okay, you see, 1, 2, like 3 seconds. You could say 2.8 to 3.2 seconds. That's an eternity for somebody like me who's going to read the running back and say, okay, I'm off of that, and then say, I'm not going to go to that. I know it's open, but I'm not going to go to it because there's times that it was open, looked like it was going to be open, and the corner picks it off, or the throw's just off, or I miss on the timing of that throw, or I just don't want to be a you-know-what. And at this point, I'm waiting for them to get open. So by the time, like, I'm timing my reads and my progression as I'm going. I mean, pre-snap, and going through my reads, I have my backup plan. Okay, running back, I know that when they blitz, the running back can get blocked up here. And then it's like, I'm either going to take Coleman 0 or not take Coleman. And then, whoop. Beautiful. I love that shit. That is high level shit. High level. People might think, oh, that's simple. You just threw a crossing around. But no, it's high level because other players, me in the past, I'm still for some reason throwing that running back. He's not even open, and I'm just throwing it when I see the blitz years ago. Or I'm going to Coleman, and it's picked off because you miss on the timing of the throw. You have to wait until he literally is about to sit on that route. And when he's turning or whatever, you have to like time that. It's hard sometimes to time that when you're getting live bullets. But if you're not getting got with a guy coming free, once again he goes to a deep. And I don't know why I do that with a user because let's just think about it. Pre-snap. Okay. Why would anybody want to go off of that? Just make it look like the reason I probably do it is because just in case somebody's like running a post or a dagger route here, I need somebody. I'm trying to like really be everywhere that I can possibly be, and if it means covering something, using somebody away enough to where they get switched to the next nearest defender, and I can be an extra defender in the middle, I believe that's what I do, just in case there's like a post or a backside dagger route here by Sam Laporta or anything. Especially if there's maybe block and release routes or check downs that I need, I can come down and be in good position to be in pursuit. So that's another reason why I do that, just in case there's other routes that needs my attention. I'm not gonna lie, right here when he made this throw, I was thinking, oh shit, he got me. He got me. I was thinking right here, he got me, but the ball died. The ball died. If he takes his time to make this throw, he's not probably used to going through his reads. Just like I said, I'm probably the only one who has more than 2-3 reads consistently on a play. Here, I'm being too cute. I'm trying to there's 3 plays where I did not read the defense, and right here, I'm drifting, I'm drifting, I'm drifting. That's a no. And the reason why I do it is because years ago there were crucial plays where I had a running back in the backfield, and I just like basically became accustomed to getting out of the running back. So basically, years ago when I played Madden, um, there'd be a running back in the backfield, and I would have my drop back, and he would be there from a play action, or he would be there next to me, when I set my feet, in the pocket, and I try to make a throw, and he would be in my way, and the throw would be thrown at the ground, or it would be picked off like a ridiculously bad throw because he was in my way. Basically, literally was like tackling me on the throw as I'm throwing the ball, almost. So I got into this habit of just like, I don't know, even though I might even be empty at times, and I just like do this or especially when I'm in any running back set where there's a running back in the backfield, I just have this idea of just like having an extra few steps to get out of the running back, even though the running back's never going to get in my way because he's running around, and I hate that. It's a bad habit that I have. It has nothing to do with the pass rush because, to be honest, I would just let the drop back, have the computer do the drop back. But because of the what happened years ago to me, you know what I mean? This is what happens. And I don't even read the safeties pre-snap. If I read the safeties, there's no way I'm throwing this because I didn't read the safeties and I didn't read they were tight. I just, like I said, read the play. I mean, I didn't read the play. I just, hiked the ball. And basically, I just like stare down the receiver, knowing that I would win if it was man coverage. If there's no safety. And right here, once again, players like to use cover 2 man because it shuts down basically everything because of the playing tight, because of their techniques that they're playing, because of the 2 safeties over the top. But there are plays that have like, I don't know what to call it. It's like an outside release, like it's almost like a fade route. Like so, it's not exactly a streak. It's like this weird, um, like streak slash fade route by outside receiver that just kills man press, and I know that in practice, and it basically gives me like a hole shot. You can see like I'm looking for it, and I'm looking for this animation of him basically not holding them, but you know, like this animation. As soon as I see it, you can see me going to the throw here. And the only reason I wait a little tick is to see how the safety's playing. And I see the safety's playing, it's like, okay, boop, can't get to me. Right here, I'm just trying to go down, take knees. And you can tell because if I'm running straight to try to score, I'm scoring. But right here, I'm trying to go out. I'm trying to go out of bounds to not score. It would have been 20. It would have been 21-14 if I wanted to run up the score. But then it would make me look like, he's not used to being in close games, so he needs to run out the score here. Yeah, it's crazy how we're almost 2 hours in. It's crazy because I did practice for like 30-35 minutes. I played a game and then I was talking about the game, and then I went to spend like 10 minutes with my fiance, kissing him goodnight. So another great defensive performance, I could say. The only reason my opponent probably didn't quit is because it's a close game. But still respect that. Because most of the game, the whole second half, I was able to like take a 2-score advantage, but they never quit. So I respect that.
We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go from KC. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards
we're good.
on the first play of the game. On the ground, this is Hunt. And he's near the first down, stopped a little short of the 40.
Hey, color.
Now a carry for Hunt. And he will have a Chiefs first down. We're able to get the third down conversion.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Attack,
And that one shut down
15.
pretty quickly. He'll get
57.
back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Off the play fake. Mahomes. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Fight down these two.
On third down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And now it's fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, they snap it to Mahomes. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A big play there on fourth down. Good for an even 20. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Here's a run with Hunt. And he is stopped in his
We're good. 15, yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's third down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelce. A gain of 16 yards. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where
43,
the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a second
57.
and 8. Motion man is Rice. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards.
Attack, get on the ball.
And that leads to third down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive? Or do they settle for fourth?
So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. This opening drive, it has been a work of art.
Yellow.
Now, can they put the finishing touches on?
Attack.
It's first and goal. Here's a run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, KC. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line.
Ready, set.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Come on, set. Go.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's looking deep for Shakir. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's first down. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag.
70 Lions. Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw. That's Amari Cooper.
Just take what
See, guys already playing like 99.9% players back now. I don't do that.
Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Set.
He'll look to throw. And taken in by Shakir. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the
Here
first
we go,
down.
set. Set, go.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this.
Go. Ready.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook. And the Chiefs will take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old
Yellow.
NFL base 3-4, base 4-3.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday.
Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all
Look at how they play on offense and defense. Like I said, I haven't been proven wrong once my whole entire man career, 23 years.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Right. Right.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey.
gotta go right here. You gotta relax.
Inside the 25
Yellow.
yard line.
Okay.
Now a run on first down. Running room hard to come
Rolling.
by as he'll get ahead for a yard.
Hey, rip
Terrell
list.
Bernard, they're on the tackle.
Right side.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter. 2 yards from 6 points. It is first down.
Fight down these two. Fight down these two. Right side.
They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. Good blocking, and he's in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs move out on top. 14-0.
Do not do anything to upset me, because I will play smart. I'm not trying in these games.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Whoa. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
And that's your average man player shitting in the game. I know how to do it too, but I don't.
The biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big
Yellow.
return, Mike, but the priority of any kick
Right
return
side.
unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And
This is hot. Toward the side of
Too easy, like I said.
Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to air this one out, looking for Cooper. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Like I said, these female dogs don't ever read a defense or go through their reads, and I'm supposed to respect that. I'm the only one with more than 2 reads in Madden. The only ones who have that are former quarterbacks playing Madden.
Ready. Ready.
To the air now on first and 10. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play,
On the ready.
but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run
Let's go
and
now.
pass.
They're going to get this outside. This could be a double pass. That is incomplete. They tried to take a shot there, use a little trickery, but the defense was all over it. And it brings up third down.
Set. Panther 60. Go.
Now, faking the give. Looking downfield for Coleman. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Keon Coleman Touchdown, Buffalo.
See, he would do that, but
Fourth down.
when I do it, it's all natural, baby.
Bills field goal. This will be from 47 yards. Passes kick is good. And the Bills are
And
on
play.
the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. What's that?
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Gonna fire. Deep ball for Rice. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot.
You missed the wide open one, buddy, for a touchdown. You missed one for a touchdown, wide open.
Yellow. What's that?
Now, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first
I basically
half has
checked
come to
out,
an end.
and then didn't have anything to do with in scoring. I checked out once it was like 7-0. Like I said, depending on what my opponents do, I check out defensively. Good game. Because I ain't doing all that.
Very one-sided first
I'm not
half.
playing like they do on offense or defense.
Find out the third quarter is underway. And he'll be forced out of bounds.
You got to do all that offensively. Should have been defensively. Play lazy defensively, just playing back, deep zone. Forced me to check it down. Good game. If this is a tournament game, which I'm undefeated in, if this is a tournament, bet your ass I'm doing everything, baby. I'm running the ball. I'm running everything. Doing everything. Reading defense at every level. Take my time. If you are one of those players who audible constantly defensively, I don't let you sit, and I beat you for a big player touchdown. All of that.
Okay, break.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Ready. Hut.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
And read your personnel and step in the play action. I'm not doing that in these games.
On the set. Ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Pass to the lead, right side to Kincaid.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice game to his tight end.
Let's go.
No. Ever in these games.
Cooper going in motion.
And up.
Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
That's when I players do, okay? Win the ball, play action, mesh, levels, drive, spacing, and spacings now. I usually say mesh, levels, drive, but spacings, RPOs, screens, and play actions with deep shots, right? to force you to play all the crossers, right?
Set up.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. The tight end Kincaid in motion. He'll try and run here with Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down.
I'm also an expert at running the ball because I know where my single blocks are, my double teams are, my front side pursuit, back side pursuit. You know, the techniques played by the D-line, but if you run the ball in these games, you're you know what.
Ready up.
They'll come up here 1st and 10.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. To the sideline, and what a catch. And what
Right? That's what they do, right? I have to go on my bag of plays. I just picked a random play, and that would have been one of the plays that I would use against what they do. But I would have to look for that, right, guys? I would have to look for that. When they just, you know, it's all natural. It's like breathing for them to pick a scum play. Easy pass concepts. Everything easy on offense and defense. No degree of difficulty, and I'm supposed to respect that.
Ready, ready. Rocco 80.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
70 Timberwolf. Here we go. Here we go. Hup.
Now there's a throw out wide. Hey, this might be a double pass. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Once again, he's going to think that he shot that down. Once again, guys, both times I used it, picked off. Both times. Am I not fucking around? Going with a play like that? Yes, I am. I'm fucking around. Fucking around with everybody. Do I need that? No.
The drive begins at the 20.
But they'll tell you, oh, you suck, you're trash, because you simply open your mouth and they think that you were trash talking. Like I said, I never, my entire Madden career or gaming career, told somebody they suck.
Gotta go, baby.
Never even thought of it. Even as a kid. Even as a kid. Because there's no such thing, guys. You either don't have as much experience as your opponent, or you're not willing to do whatever it takes. There's levels to it.
Off the play fake. Here's Mahomes. And they get to him and finally bring him down.
Hey, we're good.
Down as a sack.
High side.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
Rolling.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts.
And like I said, I guarantee they did that because they think we're trash talking and they want to end this game to stop hearing me talk, or they want to end this game or run up the score. I had people thinking, I had people saying, now I got the ball, I'm going to run up the score, bitch ass for talking. Yeah. But what did I say? Anything wrong?
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
High side.
They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10
Yellow.
at the 18. Motion man is Rice.
High side.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Do you see me, guys, going and matching up? Do you see me going quick on defense or taking my time on it? Do you see me taking my time defensively and reading his plays? No. It's not like I just did that now, right now. Do you see me doing my run fits? Of course he's going to go up in the throw now. Right? We suck, you're trash, probably, right? No, we got to do that. We're talking all game long. We got to do that. We have to do that.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
They don't love the game because they shit on it. Every single player I face, I'm telling you, they play NBA. It makes so much sense. Still need to make a move on it. I would have had a touchdown.
You know, Mike, for a lot of guys in the league, the best way to make an impact as a rookie is through special teams. And anytime you can make yourself valuable, find a way to contribute, you do it. And that was a heck of a return right there.
Come on, set!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And that's, like I said, 1 or 2 reads, right? If I play the game and only have 1 or 2 reads, like 99.9% of players, the funny thing is they would have respect for me because the game would have been closer.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Terrible. Once again.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh. Yeah. I took off with my quarterback, but it was all natural, baby.
Starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
When I do it, it's all natural, baby.
Good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9.
Like I said, these players have no respect because they need everything easy.
We're good. Going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
You're lucky the last game took everything out of me.
For the Kansas City first down.
And I was out of it by the first quarter.
Fire down these two.
Like I said, you guys can tell when I'm matching up, when I'm trying, when I'm not trying. Am I taking my time at the play call menu on offense and defense? Am I taking my time at the line? Am I doing anything with my front? Am I doing anything with my safeties? Nothing. Like I said, prove me wrong. You gotta play like a bitch. Prove me wrong. I'll let you score right now. So I can get the ball and show you how 99.9% of players play. I'll let you score right now.
Set to go now on first.
Hey, go going.
Mahomes now to throw again.
And then you score.
And he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time.
I'm giving you corners, I'm giving you outs, I'm giving you seam passes. I want the ball back to show you how 99.9% of players play. They play smart, but no morals. Like I said, cover 0. Do your blocking adjustments or audible to the play. Okay, I'm letting you score. Okay, now let's play and show you how 99.9% of players play. Their go-to plays,
Rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And they
one
just
drive.
keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play
Still
call,
messing around with his extra
it's
points.
never enough.
And like I said, if you're gonna shit on the game, don't stop.
We've seen him
You
do
have the
that
balls to shit on the game, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't run off the clock. Keep doing what you're doing. You had the balls for 3 quarters to shit all over the game.
Rutger following the touchdown
Right,
to
guys?
send this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll get his money
And like I said, guys, I mute these players so I know what they're gonna say. 23 years of playing. Shut up, shut the fuck up, you're annoying as fuck, you're trash, you suck, you shouldn't be talking, blah blah blah. But what am I saying? Am I trash talking? No. Am I saying anything wrong? They think that I am saying that they suck or they're trash. No, I'm only attacking their morals and their character. Oh, it's not that deep, right? What do I usually hear? Right? That's a go-to play. Right? But what would they say if I won a game or I score on this drive or I move the ball? Oh, you only moved the ball because you did that. You moved the...
Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 2.
Don't play like that, and I will. Don't play like a bitch. Don't play like a lazy bitch just playing back. Did I play back against you one play? Oh no, that's because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to play like you and not play back. Right?
Now a throw here. It's backwards. He might be looking to throw it. That is going to be intercepted by
Once again, do I need it? No. I never said I was going to score.
1st and 10.
No, I didn't. I said if I move the ball or score on this drive. I said score or move the ball on this drive. You could watch. You could rewatch the game later. Because I'm live. YouTube. I'm not giving you my name. Every one of you guys want to do that. Why? So you could troll? So you could troll? You tell me, do you have a fucking kid? Did I hear a kid there in the background? You tell me you have a fucking kid? Okay. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but your husband is probably cheating on you. What would I have to be scared about? I'm not talking shit though. Your husband is actually talking shit. You can watch my live stream. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. No. If I send you the link, you'll see my name, wouldn't you? Okay. It's not difficult. Sending the link is the same thing as giving you my name.
But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Yep. If I'm giving you the link, it has my name in it. Yeah, because I can't, how am I can't spell it out right now. No, I don't have a common like YouTube name. So I might misspell it by 1 or 2 letters.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away.
It's got X's in it.
That's going to be short, not making it to the
So you could add me as a friend and I'll send it to you in the text.
come out to the 40-yard line.
Okay, but I'm still playing.
A pair of first downs gives
I'll send it to you.
1st and 10. Up at the
The problem is every one of you guys think I'm trash talking. No, I love this game. Okay? I don't let players shit on it. I love the game. You and your wife You and your wife don't love anything. You even have your wife trash talking and trolling. Because you said that I'm scared. If I'm showing you a link, I'm not scared. If I'm willing to give him my name after this game is over, how am I scared?
Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's first and 10.
Wow.
He'll look to throw.
Still want to guys just want to troll.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Trying to get it.
He's going to see it. Relax. The game is not over yet.
Second down.
Okay, so if I give you the name and it's off by 1 or 2 letters, that's off because I have X's in my name. I have given my own friends the name of my YouTube name, and I misspelled it, so they couldn't find it. So I can try to tell you the name right now. It's XX Legend Killer XX05. So it's LEGEN, and I believe, I'm not sure if there's a D or no D. That's what I'm saying. Because I might have spelled it differently. But I'll give you added me as a friend, so I'll send you that. I'm not making it hard. No, Legend Killer. XX Legend Killer XX05. That's why it could be off by an X, could be, whatever. See, I never said that I was going to score. And every single player that I face, like I said, thinks that I'm trash talking. Because I group every single player, 99.9% of players, I say don't take it personally, but 99.9% of players play the same way. Run the ball, play action, the same pass concepts, everything easy, 1 or 2 reads. And everybody thinks that's trash talking. Everybody thinks it's trash talking. I don't know why. I don't know why. Even your wife shouldn't think that's trash talking. But she does. She said it herself. Exactly. That's why I said it'd probably be wrong. You probably spelled it with a D. Let's get a rematch. I'll try, even though I played 2, 3 games and I'm not in the mood. I'll try like 30%. But just from this screenshot, I said almost a year ago, I'm not trash talking anybody. I say this to every single player. Like I said, until I see players play differently, I say this to every player. And I don't know, once again, how that is trash talking. If I'm calling you out on what type of plays you use, it's not trash talking. I'll add you because I'm undefeated in tournaments too. And the reason I thought my YouTube name had X's in it is because my former PlayStation name had X's in it. Oh, and what now? You just add me and look up my YouTube and then just go offline? Why does it say you're offline? I'll show you some videos on my YouTube channel of real football, and you'll understand why I say what I say to every one of you players, and that it's not trash talk. That I love the game and hate seeing players just make it easy. That's how you don't have respect for the game.
We can run it back. I'll whoop your ass again.
And once again, trash talk. I never trash talked. Prideful. I'm not prideful. Guys, do I not say, like, I talk to you guys because, yeah, I don't have you in my live. I don't have a lot of you in my live. But like I said, I don't do anything to make my videos get any views. You see, I mean, you're not going to get any views with the title and the thumbnail. I don't use a thumbnail. I go online and then I believe send it. It's been a long time since, because I tell players to send me an invite to play. Here we go. I wish there was a way you didn't have to add a friend to send them an invite because, like I said, I don't have one man friend. I don't add anybody. As soon as the game is over, unfriended. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, sent it.
How old are you?
You gotta find that one link so you can watch how real football is played. Not just read a front and read a soft front and just slip in a run or go with a play action with routes underneath and routes over the top or go with nonstop crossing routes every play. If the NFL was played like that, there would be no offenses struggling, right? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for this guy. They say, like, first of all, why would anybody be scared to give somebody a name for YouTube for their YouTube, right? Because it's not like they could even track you down with that. So why would I be afraid of that, right? The guy and his wife, they're like, "Oh, why are you making it so hard? Why can't you just tell me your name?" Well, you could look up my name if I give you the link to the video. And they just kept on talking over me, and the wife was saying that I was trash talking all game. Geez, they think that's trash talking. Well, hey, somebody told me apparently that's trash talking, something I've been doing every single game. Something I've been saying, and I've said worse than that. How they talk is is trash talk, saying like I'm gonna beat you, homie, I'm gonna beat your ass. Never said that. I say what they're willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. And all I ever say, sure, because of the tone I use or maybe how I say it may sound a certain way, but you have to understand I play nothing but these type of players. 9 out of every 10 players I face, sorry, 10 out of 10 players, 10,000 games out of 10,000 games. There has not been a player that I faced who does not play like me. And I'm not saying you have to play like me and go through your reads. I'm not saying you have to, not run the ball and be one dimensional and do all that. I'm not saying you don't have to use a scheme like me. I don't use a scheme. What I'm saying is stop spamming easy plays and then say, oh, your opponent is trash or they suck because they couldn't stop it. I could do the same thing on offense. And I can adjust and make you do something else. Right? But I tell players, if you're gonna do all that, I tell them, hey, good game, buddy. You're gonna back out defensively, good game. I don't do that. Because they want to have the last laugh. It's like, oh, they think, oh, he was trash talking, so I'm going to do anything to stop them right here. Fag D, play back, deep zones, going to force him to check it down, all of that. He's still not playing me. He's still not here. He said we could play. Come on. And the funny thing is, if I play like them and I don't even say anything, they would have respect. But because I open my mouth, they think it's trash talk. Where is he anyway? I have so many players in messages that I put on messages because put on favorites on their messages because they're players that I lost to that I didn't try against. So players I lost to that I didn't try against. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically all the favorites. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's a lot more than that. And I'm waiting. I guarantee you all they're going to do is just maybe comment on every video or something. I don't know. Come on. Like she even said, why are you going to make it so hard? His wife said, why are you going to make it so hard? If anything, that makes it better for you. Having somebody watch your video or like I kept saying, and they kept talking over me. I kept saying, like, is giving you the link to the video, which has the YouTube channel on it, not the same as giving you my YouTube name. And he said, why are you making it so hard? That's what I'm calling a troller. That's a troller for you. Because they think I'm trash talking and they think that they need to have the last laugh. You don't need to have the last laugh. I wasn't trash talking. Oh my God. That pisses me off even more because the fact, like I said, they think I'm trash talking. I don't. I have respect for my opponent, but I have respect more for the game. So come on. I said I wasn't in the mood before I played that game. But I only played one game, so I'm not just gonna stop at one game. And I tell you guys when I check out first quarter sometimes, so my mind works. But if it's a meaningless, if it's a meaningful game, if it's a tournament game, I'm undefeated in tournaments. And oh wait, let me see. Well, if they're trying to look at my videos to see what I do, like basically my best plays, or to see what kind of player I am and the games that I have won, maybe they're doing it to try to get an advantage. Right? Maybe that's why they're taking their sweet ass time. I mean, this guy was cursing, guys. This guy was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass." Like, who the fuck you talking to? Blah blah blah. Like all this cursing. I never said one thing disrespectful. I always say I'm not trash talking. If there's anything I'm doing, I am basically um what's the word? Basically talking about their character, judging their character. And I could say, hey, people tell you don't judge a book by its cover, but I give players one or two drives and I judge a book by its cover. I'm sorry they don't understand. Players don't seem to understand what I mean by disrespecting the game. And then players will say, "Well, you tell me how I'm disrespecting the game." Levels, mesh, drive, running the ball, play action, using a scheme. Like I said, none of that. I don't have a problem with that. But when you're spamming all of that, you're showing me that one, you're trying to troll, or you're trying to, you know, your players trash talk with all that, and they act like they're better. You're not better than 99.9% of players. So when I say that they're not better than 99.9% of players, or I say they're just like 99.9% of players, is that trash talking? I mean, like I said, they could watch the whole live stream over. I could watch it with them right now. I mean, I'll go back and watch it. I'll put it on right now. You guys can hear the audio. Let's see. Not to waste my time here. Go back. If anything, I judge them on their character and their morals on how they play the game. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I even message players after talking all game. I could find the message. I messaged an opponent of mine that I played, and I was talking all game, and I said the same exact stuff. And I asked him in the message, "Do you think that was trash talking?" Because I want to know. I want to know if that was trash talking. And you know what they told me? They said, "No, you're good. You're fine. You weren't trash talking." I was like, "Okay, thank you." Okay, like, you know what I mean? I don't trash talk because one, trash talk don't work against me. And if I trash talk, for example, I don't know, some players may trash talk to get in somebody's head. I don't do that. But like I said, I could open my mouth and talk about politics. I could talk about worldviews. I could talk about whatever it is, cooking, baking a cake, whatever the hell it could be, and they could think I'm trash talking. Like I said before. If they watch, there's some videos when I'm not talking at all. What are they doing? Are they trying to look? Are they trying to look? What's taking so long? What's taking so long, buddy? If you're trying to scout me from watching videos, it's not going to matter because, like I said, I'm not trying any of these games that I played. I do everything when I try. I'll even tell you the things right off the bat, right now, that I do. I'll send you screenshots to that, give you that advantage. If he didn't want to play me right now, he could have said, "Hey, we could play tomorrow." Oh, God. If he's not playing, I'm getting off. I'm not playing somebody else. Like I said, I'm a master at running the ball. That's an example. Like, you could literally go on my live stream earlier from the beginning and you could see the practice. And you say, oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is how 99.9% of players play, right? They look at depths, leverages, techniques, and look for drops, defenses, like, you know, and they'll take free releases, meaning if all defenders drop back, there's stuff like routes, vertical routes that you can hit like as soon as you hike the ball. Then there's things underneath, right under the droppers, right? I don't do that. Um, Players play cover two man with Fag D underneath. They play deep zones with Fag D underneath. They'll use a rush. So because I call them out on everything that they do on offense and defense, somehow it's a form of trash talk, and somehow they think they have a case against me in the form of trash talk. When they shit on the game, and on top of it, tell me I was trash talking, right? And have their wife, because I was saying, was that a kid I heard in the background? And then she went on and said, no, this is his wife. And I said, oh, because I was gonna say, if it was a kid, this man should not have kids. And I didn't say that, but I said, you know, she was kind of trying not to let me talk, trying to talk over me. And, his wife is talking for him, so it's even worse that she condones the stuff that he does. Bunch of scammers. Like I said, I compare it to like, Call of Duty players back in the day, half of the lobby, heartbeat sensor, overpowered perks, campers, this, blah, 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 yada, yada, all this and that, right? That would be like if I talked in the lobby and say, oh, you're a bunch of pussies. You're a bunch of fucking, you're, you're this, you're that. But I never say somebody sucks. I never say somebody's trash. All I ever say is that they're lazy female dogs. And if I lose a game 60-20, if I get shut out, at least I didn't play like lazy female dogs. The run could have been there all game, and it was. I could have threw screens all game long, and it was there. I could have thrown RPOs all game. It was there. I could have matched up defensively, but I didn't. Not after the first quarter. And you see, after the first quarter, they scored every single drive. But what else? It was easy. Why was it easy? Why was it easy? Because I wasn't looking at what their plays were. I was just picking plays on defense, not matching up. I have players tell me, I tell players, if you are not reading the play call screen defensively, and you do not read their play call, their personnel, their formation, their set, are you not behind the eight ball? Are you not behind? Are you not a step or two behind? Yes, because they can come out in something you didn't know. Oh, it's a gun empty, bunch quads, and then you come out of the huddles like, oh shit, now they're gonna quick hike you, right? So you're behind. You're behind. Or maybe, they're going with a under center play and you don't know if they're going to run the ball, pass the ball, go to a play action screen, go to an RPO, go to a stretch, go to an inside run, go to a play action, go to a shot play. You're behind the ball. You're behind the eight ball. But instead they say excuses, excuses. But people will agree with me. Some real ones will agree with me and say, yes, you're right. You are behind the eight ball. At least be real with me. At least tell me what other players did. Tell me, oh, you're stupid, you're retarded. But don't tell me I suck or I'm trash. I don't tell you you suck or you're trash. I call you lazy. Never say you suck or you're trash. I didn't even call him lazy. All I ever said is like, yeah, guys, see, easy. What did I say? So because I told him that he needs everything easy, they take it as a form of trash talk. I don't get that because if people told me if I was winning big and people told me, oh, you taking everything easy, first of all, I would never be that type of player, and I'm not. But if players did that, you know, to me, I wouldn't take it as a form of trash talk and be like, okay. And if I heard my opponent say, oh, you know what, I might have not scored or, you beat me by 20, 30 points, but I didn't resort to what you guys do. I would respect that. I would say, hey, man, you know what? I had players tell me I was a real one for that. I had players tell me, oh, you know what? There were games where I was losing like 21-9, and I come back and win like 35-28. And I had a guy tell me, shit, man, you talked all game, but you know what I mean? You were annoying as fuck, but you know, man, you're a real one. You came back and you said you stuck to your word. You didn't have to use meta plays. You didn't have to, like do whatever to come back. Like once again, I don't care what you do, what play you use, what run you use. I don't care if you use an RPO. I don't care if you use screens. I don't even care if you use like at this point like even if they use like back in the day there was a direct running back snap. What was it? A wide receiver? What was it? What did they call it? The wide receiver direct snap glitch, where the offensive line would just like hike the ball to a wide receiver, like like with three wide receivers on one side, and the offensive line, the center would hike it to him. I wouldn't even care because that's still not going to beat every single defense. It beat most defenses. I never used it, but like I said, I don't care what you're doing. Just don't spam it. That's all I ask. But also don't act like you're hot shit because every other player is doing the same thing. And because I say, oh, don't act like you're hot shit or blah blah blah, I say don't mess around with your extra points because I'm not trying. They think because I am playing with the worst NFL quarterback that I'm trying to troll. My profile says I'm not trolling. I play with a punter for 2 years, and that's why I was undefeated in tournaments. I don't play to troll. I do it to be disciplined. And because of that discipline, I was able to be undefeated in tournaments because I know if I put myself at a disadvantage using backup wide receivers, backup running back, because that's what I also did with punters, backup wide receivers, backup running backs. But I'm not going to put a backup offensive line in the game. I'm not that stupid, right? What does that do? That makes you play the game smarter. That makes you like take every single play seriously. So what did that do? It got me in good habits. Because when you use a team like the Ravens, the Chiefs, whoever, you're just going through the motions because, oh, I got Lamar Jackson. If a play breaks down, I'm going to take off with him. There's no such thing as a play breaking down if you do everything right pre-snap. You may not know what the defense is pre-snap or, post-snap, but you do your blocking adjustments. You set your reads and your progression. You read the front, you read the depths, leverages, techniques, you read the safeties, one high, two high, press, back, they play back. I mean, guys, like I said, I don't want to have to go to my bag of plays, but I will. I'm still waiting for them. I'm gonna send them the one link. They can read that. I mean, they can watch that video that's on my YouTube channel. It wasn't a live stream, it was a regular video. Um, copy this message that I sent somebody else a couple of days ago, a couple of days ago. Like they're stressing out over like if you would have heard this company, I'm sorry that they take it the wrong way and they had to stress all of us out, but talking over me, stress themselves out, thinking like I'm trash talking. They're stressing out over a simple thing. If I'm doing something wrong, I'm judging a book by its cover every single game. I said it in the beginning. I said, this player is playing like 99.9% of players, and I talk like this unless I see something different. I say this every single game. Yada yada yada. And there's people I will message like 30, 40 messages, long messages, like each message like a paragraph or two, right? Yeah, sure. Does it make me look bad? Yeah, but I feel like I need to do it to show them what kind of player I am, to show them my football IQ, show them, hey, I have all this football IQ. Um, I'm an expert at running the ball. I'm an expert at reading the defense. I'm an expert at going through my reads and my progression. I'm an expert at playing the game pre-snap because I love the game. And for 99.9% of players to just play the game and not read the defense, not go through their reads, and just settle for easy pass concepts, right? They're like, oh, I read the defense, I do this. Yeah, barely, barely. What do you do? Like, okay, let's say they pick a stretch run, right? What do? Read the safeties and read the front, and that's it? Exactly. You're not reading the defense. That's, in my opinion, not reading the defense. There's leverages, there's techniques, there's the safeties being one high, too high. Is it a birds on a fence look like cover zero? Is it cover four quarters? What formation are they in? Are they in goal line? Are they 3-4, 4-3, 4-4, 4-6, 5-2? Are they in the obvious formations like goal line, quarters three deep? Are they in, what kind of nickel are they in? What kind of dime are they in? What kind of quarters are they in? That all matters. You don't just come up to the line like I have a problem with players just, there's some players, rare, but there's some players who will run the ball every single play. And it's like, if he's in a pace defense, but they're not wide, I'll run it like this. If they're wide, I'll run it like this. If they're in a soft defense, like drop defense, I'm going to slip in a run here. It's like I'm going to go to this run versus this look. I'm going to go to this run versus that look. But it's all like obvious looks. They're they're just reading the fronts. That's all they're doing. Right? They don't respect the game. When you do that, you're not respecting the game. I like a challenge. I say, don't make the game hard. I mean, easy. Make it hard. Make it hard. Right? Because I used to play like them. Believe me. Did I still go through my reads or did I still not spam easy pass concepts? Yeah, I didn't do any of that. But I didn't have 3 to 8 reads on a play. And I say 8 reads because if there's 4 or 5 routes on a play, going going to 2 to 4 of those routes twice is 5 to 8 reads. And that's what I mean. I don't like the playmaker or anything because that comes down to stick skills, and I don't like to do any of that because I feel like just like running the ball, I feel makes you, a female dog. I feel like if you just scored because somebody like played back and played fag D, and you just stood in the pocket and ran with your quarterback or playmaker something open, I feel like it's easy, right? I feel like, I have all day to throw, so there was no degree of difficulty there, right? But I have to like see that. But like I said, when I'm on autopilot, that's when I'm not reading that. So I'm 3 hours in. Come on, seriously. If he's not gonna play me, I'm gonna report him. Let's see if he's doing something. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see if he did something to my. I got a bunch of, let's see if I got comments here. No, they didn't make any comments on my YouTube or anything. Can't tell me I was trash talking. I didn't curse in the video, right? So I'm good. I'm Gucci, right? They cursed in the video. I didn't. So let's talk about all the things. They trash talked me. I didn't trash talk them. Yeah, I judged their character. Nothing wrong with that. They could have said, they could have, if I say like, oh, you do nothing but use easy pass concepts. If that's me, I'd say, okay, I won't use a crossing. I won't use mesh level or drive right here, and I'll prove to you that I can beat you, that I can at least get a first down with it, right? But instead of that, they just want to reply with a form of trash talk where I never trash talk. I'm not stupid, guys. That's not a form of trash talk. My blood pressure is going up because they're judging me, thinking I'm trash talking. I gotta relax. At the end of the day, like I said, do I feel bad sometimes for the tones that I use or for the things I say? Yes, but you have to understand, guys. You know, I play one or two games a day, right? Sometimes more. And, you know, when I'm working, sometimes I only get one game in, and I do this for a form of entertainment. And when I see these players play the way that they play, I mean, the football would be unwatchable if the NFL was played like this. It'd be unwatchable. But the game, football is a beautiful sport. It's the greatest sport. It's not even close. NBA, in my opinion, is down where hockey is. I'm sorry. NBA is down where hockey is. It's just like what watching five players play, five players, and having what? Yeah, it's a team game, but it's based off individuals too, right? Football, you need all 11 players. Basketball, if you have what? A big three, right? Big three and a good bench, but you're gonna go far, right? Every other sport, what do you have? Five coaches in the NFL? What, you got 20? Just that alone, I always say, makes it the best game, the best sport. But then you don't understand what everything goes into football. Tom Brady, Tom Brady would not appreciate the way these players are playing. Tom Brady himself even said, he was asked a question. He was asked, what was it? How do you feel? Where do you feel the game is headed? Where do you think the game is right now? Where do you feel the game is headed? He basically said they're dumbing the game down too much. It's coming from the greatest of all time, the GOAT, right? The greatest of all time said the game is being dumbed down. It's not the way it was before. You don't have these quarterbacks staying in and being film rats. You're not seeing these quarterbacks, you know, be the first one in and last one out. The work ethic is not there. The mental work ethic is not there. Why is it that even when Tom Brady was playing, even in his early years, maybe let's say 8 to 12 years in the game, why was it that you can only say 10 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL play the game pre-snap? Play the game pre-snap. Like, why is it, right? Sam Darnold has all this, has all this success right now, right? Because he didn't have good situations. He has a good work ethic. He plays the game pre-snap, but he didn't have coaches that saw it the same way. He didn't have situations that help him. Yeah, I mean, if Sam Darnold would have been on a decent team, not even a great team, a decent team, I don't know what a decent team of the Falcons. The Falcons probably. I'm not saying they would have won Super Bowls, but the right OC. Let me put it this way: the Falcons would not have lost that game. Whether it was 28-3, they would not have lost to the Patriots. I'll tell you that. I really gotta relax because this shit pisses me off. That they're gonna do, they're gonna disrespect the game and shit all over the game. Like I said, spit on the game, shit on the game, and then on top of that, try to say that I was trash talking because I said they're trashing the game, they're shitting on the game. How the hell is that trash talking? I don't understand that. I really don't. Like I said, if it's anything, it's defamation of character. It's not even that. It's like I compare it to like a workplace. Like imagine somebody holding a position in a company for 30 years and then they get let go because of the new age shit and they want to like save money and go with a worker that understands the company going forward and in the future. And that's the type of shit that happens. So there could be a player, I mean a worker who you know, does everything the right way, but because the new worker, so basically somebody who's got way more years of experience and is overqualified is going to be overlooked because of a younger worker who understands where the company is headed in the future. Like basically giving the job to somebody who doesn't have a work ethic over somebody who has way more experience. That's like one example. Okay. The other example is I like to use is basically, let's say somebody came to you on the street and said, "Hey, I give you $1 million right now, but you have to do this. You'd be selling your soul for $1 million." I would say most people would do it, just like most people are selling their souls when they're doing what they're doing. But no, it's a video game. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. His wife is telling me I'm trash talking. I respect the game enough to not to just sit back and let them do what they're doing. Oh, but you can adjust. You can adjust and stop them. Why? They're going to come up with something else cheap. They're going to shit on the game another way. If I adjust and play underneath with my defense to take away the drags, right? I may pick them off, I may not. But what are they going to eventually do? They can see me doing things, right? I don't want to have to disguise my coverage because I feel that's lazy. I don't want to have to play back because I feel that's lazy. I don't want to have to play fag D just because somebody is like having routes all over the field and underneath. I don't want to have to try to resort to those type of things and I don't. If his wife had respect and love for the game like I do, she would understand where I'm coming from. But because I can't really come up with good examples for this, like if you're a Call of Duty player, like I said back in the day, overpowered perks, heartbeat sensor, and camping. And what did players? Oh, so it was okay for players to, call them out in the lobby on the mic and say, "Oh, we got a bunch of campers here with heartbeat sensors and this and that, and overpowered perks," and that's not considered trash talking. But when I do it in Madden, right, because there's not a whole lobby, it's just me and them playing one on one. You know, that would be like if somebody was like, "Hey, 1v1 me," right, and then you got a sniper who is using a heartbeat sensor and using overpowered perks. Yeah, are they better than me? No, they're not. They wouldn't be better, and they wouldn't be better than anybody else. There's no comparison. It doesn't exist when you're resorting to doing the type of stuff that they do. You cannot compare both players. If anything, call me stupid. Have players can say, "Oh, you're stupid." I rather people tell me I'm stupid or retarded for not doing the things like other players do. Oh, you're stupid. It's a 3rd and 30. Why wouldn't you call this defense or play back and or maybe just rush two guys and play back and have like a little fag D out there. I'm not willing to do that. Why not play cover two man at times? I'm not willing to do that. I mean, if I do it, it's very rare. Um, why not play fag D in a situation where there's only one play left and you know it's a pass play? Never do it. Or why not use a rush if? So these are the things that players will do. Like if if nobody can stop me, start to see a user rush. So I need to adjust to a user rush. They'll start to go with fag D and a user rush. So I have to adjust to a user rush. I have to adjust to fag D. And then the other thing will be, like I said, trying to disguise cover zeros. And then I have to adjust. So I have to think about, are they playing fag D? Are they going cover zero? Are they playing back? Are they playing cover two man? You see what I'm saying? Like some people some people think of it this way, like, oh, it's a we're playing online, so it's competitively. It's not competitive. There's nothing on the line. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing right now. But the shit that makes my blood boil is them telling me that I'm trash talking. I mean, hopefully they're watching the game over again to see if I'm trash talking or not. And if they do watch the live stream over, they'll see that I beat somebody before them, and not only that, that I was in the last live stream before this one, that I was going in practice just to show my viewers what 99.9% of players do. And I said, and this is what I'm supposed to respect. They're going to hit the open guy underneath every single time it's open. I'm supposed to respect that when I leave it open on purpose. It's not like I don't go through my reads and I don't see that. I let it go on purpose. Not because I'm trying to find something deeper to beat my opponent deeper. I purposely leave seam passes open, corner routes open, curl routes open, post routes open. I don't use screens. I don't use RPOs. I don't run the ball. Okay, I don't mix it up. I go quick. I'm not studying my opponent's tendencies. I'm not picking plays to beat my opponent's user. I'm not reading the defense at every level, and I'm not doing my blocking adjustments. They don't have to read the defense or do their blocking adjustments or go through 3 or 4 or 5 reads because they have an easy pass concept. And if I don't play a certain way, to take the open guy every time underneath. And why is it open every time underneath? Because I'm playing deep, right? And the times that they get shot deep is when I'm playing underneath, right? They want to cover their ass. They want to cover their ass every single play. And like I said, try hard scum. That's the title of the video. I say to everybody, I didn't know I was gonna do I know the people's name that I'm gonna be matched up with? No. It's basically like a disclaimer. Beating these try hard scum with the worst NFL quarterback. Once again, I'm not trolling using the worst NFL quarterback because I played with a punter for 2 years for discipline. Play the game the right way. Because if I didn't do that, I would not have been undefeated. I would be the same. There would not have been any progress. I would be the same. I would be in the same boat that I was 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. Be in the same boat. I'd be like basically playing like 99.9% players. I play with punters. I play with third string quarterbacks, and I score 6+ touchdowns and like 350 plus yards, 420 yards, blah, 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 just like that, right? Great quarterback rating. And players have told me, like, hey, dude, tell me how you're doing what you're doing. Like, I see you playing with your punter. I'm seeing you playing with, like, it was Dolphins third string quarterback. And I faced all their starters, and I whooped that ass, and I made them quit. This was years ago, right? Like 2, 3 years ago. And they're offline. They're offline, but they would read whatever I sent them. Or now they probably blocked me. Who knows? Let's see. It says we're still friends. By the way, his name is Ink the Fuck Up. Why are you proud of that? It makes sense by the way they play. They're proud of the wrong things. So basically, they're proud of being an atheist or a Satanist, right? Because God does not believe in having tattoos. You don't know how badly I wanted tattoos my whole life. I still want fucking tattoos so badly, so badly. But most people who want tattoos, they only do it because of how it looks. Because you don't need a tattoo to show your devotion for if you have kids, if you have a wife, if you have, like there's people who will literally get a tattoo of Jesus or get a tattoo of a cross. You're literally like it's like, you know what I mean? God does not believe, the Bible does not believe in tattoos. You're not supposed to do anything with your body. So to get a tattoo of a cross, to get a tattoo of Jesus, not only that, have a tattoo of Jesus on the cross, right? Bleeding and having all his wounds and everything. That's literally like, you should go to hell for that. And they don't know that, right? So that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like you think I care about a guy whose name is Ink the fuck up? I mean, I'm like I said, I can just I usually say I can judge a player just based off of their name. My name, Legend Killer 05, is not based off, oh, I think I can beat anybody in any game I ever play. No, it was based off because I was a Randy Orton fan. That name I created back in like '07 or '08, probably even before that. And I just put an A instead of ER on it, right? And I was never good for coming up with usernames. Still to this day, I'm not good with that. I'm not good with it. And my name is literally, if you read my PlayStation name, it's literally, if you read it out, the realist player. No matter how you read that D, if you read it or D, realist player. And then you go to and then people could get curious. You could read my profile. I put that about me in my profile on my PlayStation Network account over a year ago. And I put that as a disclaimer so that when people hear me talk, I'm not trash talking. And when I use third string quarterbacks or kickers or punter at quarterback, I'm not trolling. Because if I'm not trying at all, do you think I'm going to win with the worst quarterback in the NFL or win with a kicker or punter? No. I gotta go relax.